Star Trek 57, M23, take 2.
It's the It's Got Star Trek podcast.
Life sign reading.
Isn't that very alive?
Oh, well, technically it's both alive and not. Also, it's not really here.
Well, I'm looking right at it, so...
On a quantum level, the particles that make up this beholder are in constant flux. Both here and not here. Quantum instability at a molecular level.
Great. So what does that mean?
Not a clue.
Brilliant.
All right, here, I'm going to push play so we can get started. Hey, guys.
Whoa, what is that noise? I'm hearing a Jesse noise.
That's mine.
Is
that your I'm tired noise?
Okay.
Are you sleeping already, Jesse? Are you already?
It's a purr.
Are you already? You're already falling asleep. You're purring.
Purring. All right. Well, so guys,
I'll purr you.
I'll note that the timer.
I'll purr you in my throat. You'll go in my throat and make a noise, or wherever purrs.
I'll shit you out.
Do purrs happen in the throat or the chest?
It's the throat.
Or is it the chest?
It's a throat thing.
I think it's like a circular breathing kind of thing. Anyway, we have started the timer.
Like those macroon.
A what? Oh, you mean talking about this episode? Okay,
whatever.
We'll
trying to bring it on topic.
So we've started out. So
How do we do that?
Yes, because the clock is going. So
I didn't know that.
Well, I'm trying to point it out.
Well, I wasn't paying attention.
So before the clock started, we were talking about naked old men.
Yeah.
Don't worry about why.
Don't even worry about it.
It's not something you need to think about.
Yeah.
It's
not at all intriguing.
You've already said
it's something that we were thinking about
a lot,
and we were talking about
a little bit.
It's no longer like this. Not a podcast conversation.
So, in fact, I would recommend that you mind your own business because this is our conversation.
It's not even Patreon.
It's our conversation. It's not your all's conversation. It's between me, Jesse, and Patrick. Yeah. Jesse, Patrick, and I. It's between me and you and I. It's between
all of us.
It's to I. It's to me.
No, it's to me because
me.
Yeah, all you do is
you say it without
you
said it with the other thing, and which is what makes sense. Yeah. Got it.
Okay. Hi, everybody. How's it going?
Hi. Hi.
Man.
Hi.
I know I'm getting older. Okay, it's got Star Trek. Hello.
Wait a second. Wait. Were you prepping yourself? What are you doing?
No. Prep it. I don't even know.
You were just thinking out loud for a second.
He's prepping out.
He's prepping out.
Fluffing myself.
Fluffing your nutter. Fluffernutters. I'm just talking about fluffernutters. You know,
I've never had
marshmallow and peanut butter sandwich.
That sounds gross.
I mean, I've
gross.
I've had a bite of one. It's not.
I'm not big on marshmallow.
Is it fried or is it just raw?
I'm not big on marshmallow fluff myself, but it has its place. S'mores can be all right.
I like a marshmallow. I don't like marshmallow fluff.
I think
Nutella
I feel like fluffernutters are supposed to be grilled or something, aren't they?
I would hope so.
I don't know.
That'd be good with some butter.
It's the only way I'm going to try.
Some butter.
Perhaps some coconut oil.
Some butter.
All right.
Some anchovies. Some sriracha. Some chopped minced garlic.
Hello and welcome to the It's Got Star Trek podcast.
Reporting from the USS Enterprise.
Oh boy, that was an effort.
All right,
that was an effort. We still got a lot more of this to do, don't we?
Yeah, we do. There's a whole bunch.
Only 3 minutes in.
Oh man.
All right. So
exciting, isn't it?
Welcome to the It's Got Star Trek podcast. This is episode.
It gives me the heebie-jeebies.
This is episode number 302 of the It's Got Star Trek podcast.
One.
And what episode are we doing today, Jesse or Patrick?
This episode,
Because I don't care which. I don't even care which one you guys say. Remember, we learned that I don't care anymore.
Dan no longer cares, Jesse.
It doesn't. We don't have to go by a pattern. Like you can say it, Jesse. I can say it if I want. And I'm sorry, I'm not giving you guys permission. This is not me giving you permission. I'm just telling you that I'm not going to put my shit on you guys anymore. Because I got my shit and you guys got your shit, and I don't need to give you my
Dan's about
shit.
to stand up and pull his pants down.
This is Dan. You explained.
Wave some shit at us.
You explained this last week, so I'll go ahead. And
We don't know.
I'll do the thing.
Okay.
This week we will be discussing Star Trek: Strange New Worlds' third season episode. It's the 5th episode of the 3rd season.
Oh, I can't wait.
And it is called.
Say it.
It is called Through the Lens of Time.
Indeed, there is much to discuss.
Oh, I see what you've done there. You've done what I think the kids call a clever edit.
Fascinating.
Actually, no.
And I didn't step all over it this time.
Yeah.
Well, I told you I don't care if you do. You could have. It'd be fine with me. No,
Well, I don't care either.
actually, no. I didn't do a clever edit. I think they just changed. They changed.
That wasn't you editing it?
No.
Play it again.
Indeed, there is much to discuss. Indeed, there is much to discuss.
I think they
Oh,
just
it switched
from
the ship-
comms to
yeah,
him or
okay.
whatever.
I didn't know. I thought that was you doing something. It was somebody else doing a clever edit.
A common myth.
Nope. All right. So
All right.
we are excited and eager to talk about this mind-bending episode. Oh, exciting, isn't it? Of Star Trek. But
Oh, what? Well, we have first things to do.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
okay.
but I mean, go ahead.
No.
You started on a whole.
No.
thing.
I was
We have
going
old
into the episode, but we have front matter to do.
We have old business.
We have
front
some.
matter.
We have some front matter. Well, we have some front matter and some old business.
Yeah.
Guys, this is great.
I mean, some embarrassing old business. But we'll get to that. We'll get to the.
We have embarrassing stuff.
We have. It's embarrassing. We omitted something last
Oh, I know what
We
you're.
made an old
I
stuff.
know.
It's not
what
that
you're-
embarrassing.
week. It's fairly embarrassing. It's an embarrassing omission, but
There's
we
a lot
will
going on.
we will rectify that. And,
Rectify.
for folks who are confused, you soon won't be. So don't worry about it.
Don't worry about
We'll
it.
get you there.
What are you worried
When you need to be there. Okay.
Yeah.
But first, we did want to start.
That's what I like to do. Go butt first.
we just wanted to start out.
He's not lying.
We wanted to start out. We got a lovely review on Apple Podcasts from Elena,
Yes.
Apple Podcasts.
who follows us on Mastodon. And you
Yes.
can find us on Mastodon at It's Got Star Trek. I think 10 forward social, but if you search for It's Got Star Trek, I think you'll find us there. But Elena is a big supporter of ours on Mastodon, and
Great.
we always appreciate her and very much appreciate this wonderful review she left for us. And as a reminder, or as just information for folks who weren't aware, we do have a policy that for any review, anytime somebody leaves a review, we will provide them with a custom written haiku.
Waited my whole life for a find like this.
Yeah, and Dan is
Based
the
on their
one.
name.
Dan does a haiku. Turns out we didn't know this initially, but it turns out he likes to base the haiku on their name.
I think I announced my intentions from the start. You guys
Yes,
it
he
must
did.
have fallen out of your head or
It
something.
could be.
I always had that with me.
Or you guys must have been busy
I've always remembered.
going on your Jesse and Patrick missions, leaving me in the dust. That's fine. I don't care. I told you I don't care anymore.
Listen, man.
Jesse says he knew about it. I didn't. I don't. I might be the guilty party.
Far from ideal.
but yes. So we will craft a haiku, and Dan does not use AI or any of that bullshit to make the haiku.
He's really Dan.
No.
Although we have been training an AI agent to serve as a Dan substitute if Dan is not available.
It's
I'm afraid
paradoxical.
It's frightening.
Yes, it's not working out so well just yet, but we'll see. We'll get there in the end.
If you're into that sort of thing.
But
If you're into that sort of thing.
But Elena left this wonderful review, and it's so clever that I wanted to read it. So we'll
Top
go
notch
ahead.
science.
We'll read Elena's review, and then Dan will provide his haiku. So Elena says, and this is, by the way, Elena wrote this in a poem format.
Yes.
So she says, "Okay, let's do it." Or the things I do for a haiku. Holograms and Chief O'Brien. Surely listen, I'm not lying. Sound clips, tangents, and discussion. Shenanigans, maybe some fussin'. Plus odds and ends, and games and fun. Some lists and stuff, a perfect sum. I know that's not a perfect rhyme, but hey, I'm not that sublime. Every week without a break. No, this is no fake. An episode will be put out. A lot of work, without a doubt. Be sure, I'm not joking, Lee. It's real, please. You should trust me. It's Got Star Trek sure is fun. Go and listen. Don't walk, run. And then she says, I had a lot of fun writing it, and I'm only sad that I couldn't get Where Would I Stay in it all. Congratulations for 300 plus episodes. I've listened to most and enjoyed them all.
Thanks, Agamus.
I'm not joking, Lee.
Where would I stay?
It was so great seeing that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that was awesome.
We really do appreciate
Super
that.
cool.
Totally.
I'm into it in a big way.
Well, especially all the effort you put into writing that up.
That was very impressive.
That's touching. So, Dan,
So
do
we-
you have Elena's
Well, she
haiku
well,
reward?
her name is Elena, and it's at their THERESMILING.
What are you talking about?
That's her handle. If you look at her name, it's
Yeah,
Elena.
on Mastodon.
Yeah, so I'm saying this is it's
Elena at, what was it?
THERE.
THER the.
Let me finish before.
THERES.
Sorry. THERESMILING.
There's smiling.
It's the whole name I see. I don't
The
think-
handle, yeah.
The handle,
In
or
this case, the handle.
and like it's not so meaning like it could be the at part, it could be the name part, it could be both. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Just the whole
Right.
header,
Yeah.
the from field, the whole from field.
Okay.
because you got the name and you got the handle.
And it's an alliteration, which is great. From field.
From field.
Yeah.
From field.
All right.
I'm from from Field, Massachusetts. From Field, Massachusetts. Okay.
Very well. Very
So
good.
this is my haiku based off of Elena with the handle THERESMILING.
Okay, it's just to me it's peculiar that you're spelling. I'm looking forward to this because you're making a point of spelling it out instead of just saying at there's smiling.
It's like he's making a point.
irrelevant.
I don't know if it's irrelevant. Okay, all right. Go
my
for
haiku.
it. Go for it. All right.
Hey, where would I stay? There's Smiling, Australia. Let's go there, smiling.
Okay, I think I get it now. I think I get it now.
Ah, it all comes together.
I appreciate that, Dan.
Yes.
And I appreciate you.
Aw, I appreciate you too, and you, Jesse.
Yeah.
But
Thanks, dude.
Mostly I appreciate myself, but you guys are pretty
I
cool,
got that
too.
impression.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
And I
Okay.
appreciate Elena at THERESMILING as well.
Excellent. Yes, we all appreciate Elena.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. Some of our overseas listeners might be aware, but Myling is a small town in the Shire of Moora, 200 kilometers north of Perth. It's in Western Australia. Western Australia. Small town.
Wow.
Myling, Australia.
That's on the Indian Ocean.
Yeah. So all the people from Australia, let us know what you guys think of Myling. I gotta know.
I believe Elena is from Germany.
Well,
Well, fuck, dude.
there's no place in Germany called Myling.
That's not anywhere
I
near
mean, there
Australia.
might be.
There is a place in Germany called Glaubitz, which is my last
Ja,
name.
glaube ich, das Geil. Sie bist eine Deutsche.
Yeah, exactly.
Können Sie Deutsch sprechen? Ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen? Vielleicht? Nein?
Aren't some
Possibly.
of your people from like Bohemia or something?
Bohemia.
Czech Republic?
No.
You said no a little quickly there.
No.
No!
No, it just reminded me of a person we all used to know who was.
Someone, you like that song, Someone You Used to Know?
No, this person that we all used to know whose mom was from the Czech Republic. So now, unfortunately, whenever I hear Czech Republic, I think of this guy.
You say no.
And this guy was a real piece of work.
I'm now...
Hard to explain this person.
I now recall...
It's
Not
inside baseball.
Not necessarily a bad person, just hard to explain person.
Yeah.
And and you can be a not bad person but still be kind of like nightmare inducing in a way, because it was just a very weird kind of awful part of my life. But anyways, whether that was his fault or not, he definitely
Well,
wow, we're learning a lot about me tonight.
He played a part.
He played a part. But I can't put all the blame on him. But it was a weird time in my life.
Yeah.
Anyway, that made it sound very intriguing.
I was there, so.
Salacious, and even there was nothing salacious that went on between the two of them. Not the way you're thinking.
Salacious.
Not the way you're thinking.
I was around. I know exactly,
He was
exactly what you're
there,
talking about.
and He knows exactly what you're doing.
Copy that.
Okay.
But yeah, but Elena, go let me know how your trip to Glaubitz, Germany goes.
All right. Sehr gut. Sehr gut.
Thank you, Elena.
Vielen Dank, Elena.
Where'd
much
that come?
much
This is the
appreciated.
town of Glaubitz.
Okay,
See?
we've got a couple of voicemails to go through. So, first we
Nobody
have
lives there.
a voicemail from our old pal Frasier.
Oh, right, Frasier.
Actually, we got a couple of voicemails from Frasier.
I can never get enough of Frasier. He's the best.
And this voicemail took me a second to interpret, but I understand now that he's referencing episode 300, which was the It's Got Star Trek technical manual.
That was a good one.
Dan introduced a few different riffs that he was suggesting as potential new theme songs.
I'm not joking, Lee.
And you will already
No, he
know,
was
we
not
already
joking.
have. We picked a different theme song.
You can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's theme song to play on the It's Got Star Trek podcast unless you ask really nicely and they agree with you.
Wow, because we often, on the hundreds, we like to play around with the format a little bit.
Is that like Weather on the Eights?
It's similar to that.
Except it's not lame.
So this is what
Our
what
podcast.
this
It's
is
on the
what
hundreds.
Frasier is referencing because Dan presented, I think, 5 different riffs, musical riffs that he had put together,
Yep.
and using his analog synthesizer
They were
and
all
some
nice.
some other skills. And
Am I about to be humbled?
No, you will not be humbled. Quite the opposite.
He's going
I
to
think.
come over and kick you right at the ball.
Quite the opposite, I think. Dan only titled one of these. That's relevant for this as well. So here's Frasier's voicemail.
Clown Festival, Clown Festival, Clown Festival, Clown Festival, Clown Festival, Clown Festival, Clown Festival. If that's not your new theme song, I quit. I quit and I revoke my $3 a month.
Oh,
Thanks, Agamus!
Yes, so
we need that.
I guess we gotta vote.
We need that money.
Fraser was voting for Clown Festival.
Maybe once every 10 episodes we should play Clown Festival
Yeah,
instead or something.
That
I
was
don't know.
one of Dan's riffs. I like that one quite a lot
Like,
too.
Yeah.
It was not the one
They
we
were
picked.
all nice.
It was not the one we ended up picking for the new theme song. But,
Hey,
it was a good one.
I'm loosey goosey. If we ever want to play Clown Festival,
We can
I'm
use
down
it for
that,
other
whatever.
other musical uses, just background music,
Yeah.
interstitial.
Yeah,
we could.
we could.
Interludes.
So
maybe
he-
every once in a while we could after the episode's over, you can just play it at the end.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
So here's a follow up. A follow up. Fraser sent this immediately after that one.
I want you to know I'm kidding about revoking my money. I would keep listening even if you publicly called me a piece of shit and disowned me and disavowed me. You guys are just the best.
I wasn't that way.
No, thanks, Fraser. No, we
We
love-
wouldn't do that,
no,
Frasier.
We love the Clown Festival too.
Frasier, you're the best.
Well, and what Fraser's referring to, he is a Patreon contributor, and if anybody else would like to
He's the
contribute
only one.
contribute to Patreon, help us keep this crazy thing going, and also get some bonus content, you can go to patreon.com/It's Got Star Trek.
Bilana's on it.
Indeed. Okay. And the last
Bilana's
voicemail
not
today, you'll recall we did recently get a voicemail from Colonel Ty
Oh yeah.
from Battlestar Galactica.
I forgot to. Fuck.
Oh, did you have some funny gag? You
No,
were gonna
I
do?
didn't. I didn't. But
You were going to record some clips.
well, I was gonna have take.
The guts.
Yeah,
it was the
I
guts.
forgot-
'cause
I
you
forgot-
liked that. Didn't I put that out?
You
for
you sent that to me,
I
and
did.
I maybe real
Guts.
quick. I bet you I could real quick zip it over to my iPad if I tried real hard.
You can,
How quick can you zip it?
You can do that while we play this next voicemail because this is not from Colonel Ty.
Okay.
So Colonel Ty, we did really enjoy Colonel Ty's voicemail. I believe it was last week. This is a voicemail from Dr. Gaius Baltar.
All right.
Yes, hello. This is Vice President Gaius Baltar. Can you hear me? I'm trying to get a message through this tear in the intellectual property space-time continuum. Hello? Oh, good, there you are. Perhaps you've heard of me, Vice President of the Colonies, renowned scientist on Caprica. Look, it doesn't really matter. I need some help. I could hear you, gentlemen, talking about someone stuck in a room that's generating very vivid hallucinations that they can't escape from unless they achieve some kind of goal. I'm just asking for a friend, but is it possible that someone else could be stuck in something like this? Not me. No. I certainly do not have vivid hallucinations about beautiful women just having all manner of intercourse and relations with me at any given time and slamming me up a hallway. And no, it's not happening to me. But if it was, would you by any chance know how to get out of it? Because it's really interfering with my social life and my work, and I think it's going to have a poor effect on my psyche as time goes on. Just send a message back to this tear in the intellectual property continuum, and please let me know. Help.
I love the concept of an intellectual property continuum.
For real.
It's a different plane of existence. Which we'll get to soon. Did you get the guts?
Guts. I'll need to normalize it later, but
guts. That's fantastic.
Guts. Wait a second.
Guts. All right. Well,
Wait,
thanks, Gaius.
Thanks, Gaius.
Dr. Baltar, I should say.
Is that from Battlestar Galactica?
That is from Battlestar Galactica.
Was it difficult prepping for the role of Loki in the Thor movies, Gaius?
Yeah. Okay. Are you making a?
How about do you ever miss your days in Deep Space Nine as Bashir, Dr. Bashir?
Yeah, I get it. I know.
He was neither of those things.
Very good.
Tom Hiddleston.
Indeed, sir.
And Siddig Fidel.
Yes.
Well, Alexander Siddig. No, thank you very much, Dr. Baltar. And completely separately, completely independent of that, we appreciate that voicemail.
Thanks, Agamus!
A new, completely separate point. Folks, if you're into Battlestar Galactica, you should check out Battle Stage Theatrica.
Oh, shit.
What?
That's a podcast that may
Seems
interest
like a play on words. To
what?
me.
It is indeed. It is indeed a play on words. So
What?
yes.
No, what?
Check out Battle Stage Theatrica. All right.
It's pretty clever.
Great. I think
that was a pretty good Gaius Baltar.
I thought it was a fantastic Gaius Baltar. All right. Now, the last thing, I know
this has been going on forever.
I know. Don't worry.
We're 20 minutes.
Don't worry.
Minutes.
This episode, we got plenty to discuss in this episode, but not that much.
But we might not get to it all.
But we have one last thing.
The freaky underground hellhole gets even freakier.
One last thing, and that is we did last week. We made a big deal about how there was a duty or no duty.
Oh my God,
and we totally forgot. So last week we were talking about a space adventure hour. Gaius Baltar was just referencing it, the holodeck going crazy.
Holograms?
And
Holodeck.
And in that episode,
Recreation room?
yes, there was
Tango.
not only a duty or no duty. I mean, it was like a very apparent duty.
So
or no
much
duty.
so that for like it's not often, or if ever, Patrick, that you started the beginning of the episode and you're like, I heard it, and I went or whatever it is you say.
Well, last week's episode was quite energetic, shall we say? And
we got a bit carried away.
It got away from us. It was great podcast episode. I highly recommend people go check it out.
Always.
I am Zipknot.
Probably better than this week's, but so if you're not digging this week's, go check out last week's episode. All right, so duty or no duty? Let's do it. We want to do it, and we feel bad.
And this is from last episode,
Yes,
which
last
would be
episode.
two Star Trek episodes ago. By the time you hear this,
Well, if you hear, yes, if, by the
that's
time you hear, but these
confusing.
are everyone evergreen episodes, Dan.
Oh,
People in
yeah.
the future, they're just going to be like listening to this.
don't
They're
fuck
gonna-
with
They're going
the
to watch the
shit.
episode. They're going to listen to the podcast.
I forgot.
Pies?
Okay, duty or no duty from the Space Adventure Hour.
We may need your brain cells to power our radiation, but you will never stop us.
We can and we will because we must. It is our duty as space explorers. It is our duty. Duty.
I mean, I know what I think. Jesse,
I know what I think.
Jesse,
I think we
what do
all
you-
think the
what
same
do you
thing.
think?
Yeah, no duty.
Yeah,
no duty.
Jesse's all sheepish about it.
I mean,
that's a no duty.
I mean,
No
because to
duty.
me it was very apparent that it's a no duty.
Yeah.
Which is why I was like, well, if I think it's no duty, then these guys think it's like a super no duty.
Yeah. So
That's a very clever way of putting what I was
Super
hyperbolizing
no
what I was
duty.
trying to say.
Do you think that's why we forgot about it because it was just going to be non-controversial?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we just really got off on a tangent.
Well, yeah.
It is our duty.
Very
There
much a
was
no
so
duty.
much to talk about.
There's no stank
that
there.
episode. It was really something.
Nothing stinky about that line.
Okay.
Because there's no duty.
All right. So,
All right.
similar to this episode of the podcast, this episode of Strange New Worlds, and I'm talking about Through the Lens of Time, had a very long.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, let's do
A
it!
very long cold open.
I was actually-
or what do we call it? What are we calling it, Dan? Did
I
we
call
agree?
it a cold open.
Yeah,
but if you want to continue to call it teaser, that's on you.
No,
What's funny to me is you forget what you call it.
I want to agree with you.
You
This
just-
show likes to do that. They like to do that.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so did Discovery did that too.
Yes, Discovery. I think Discovery had one that was like 15, 16 minutes once.
dude,
Well,
yeah.
like the show Invincible, the animated superhero show, like it almost feels like the opening isn't really an opening. It's just a separation of parts of the of different. It's like they fit 2 episodes in one, and
Perhaps
the opening is
what an
actually
opening is.
the opening of the episode acts as just a way to split. Sometimes it's a legit opening, like Invincible. Sometimes it happens like way late.
I
in the
love the
episode.
Invincible
Yeah.
openings, and I think one of them was like 40 minutes into the episode. Fantastic.
Right. So I actually noted this too. It was 11 minutes in until the opening started.
Yeah.
The official opening to the thing of this started. So
Word.
isn't that something?
We're getting started like 25 minutes
Yeah.
in.
We also like this episode of Star Trek. We also had a long and meaty opening segment.
We like meatia.
But yeah, they introduce a lot in this episode, in this opening. Although, there's let me just lay it out on the line there. I really enjoy this episode. I always liked mind-bending sci-fi puzzles. I do have a few qualms with it.
I mean,
and one of them is
silly things.
one of them is just there's things that confuse me a little. They're just minor, but right at the top we open with Ensign Gamble doing a what do you call it, like a log,
and that's when I was like, oh, this is gonna be a fun gamble episode. It's gonna be fun and lighthearted.
And you'll recall when Ensign Gamble was introduced at the beginning of the season, I was worried that I was like, oh no, are they introducing this charming new character that we're gonna fall in love with just to murder him?
He's a red shirt.
Yeah,
He's a white
unfortunately,
shirt, red shirt.
I wish it wasn't so obvious, but that was the case. Still a good story, but the thing was confusing is he's giving this log, and in the initial log he talks about like, but I knew my life would never be the same after today. And I'm like, when did he record this log?
Yeah, right.
Was it like after his eyes got like zapped?
Oh,
was it?
Yeah.
Was it? Was it like?
Was like after Zap, but before he got fucking killed, or does he come back?
Or was it after he got assigned to the away team, and that's what he was referencing? Like, my life will be different because I got to join an away team.
Maybe he comes back to life later, and like that's when he makes the log. Probably not.
Or is he in the computer? Because at the end it's got an X-Files ending.
Well,
where it's like,
they can put just about anything in that transporter buffer.
Yeah.
They can just
For real,
fucking
dude.
keep monsters in there.
You go through there, you're a fucking
people's
monster.
dead daughters in
Monster.
there.
Yeah.
Monster.
Monster.
And why doesn't
monster.
why doesn't La'an say lieutenant? Scotty says lieutenant.
She's British.
It's British because Lou is French for left.
Yeah.
Lieutenant.
So who says lieutenant?
Just the British.
Just the British now. Yeah.
Commonwealth.
Well, what
and
is
most Commonwealth don't even.
So
bother.
okay, well, what
It's
is
more
what
UK.
is La'an's
I think the
accent
Canadians
supposed?
do.
What is
Canadians
La'an?
say lieutenant.
She's British. She has a British accent.
Okay, but okay, then what is? Well, Scotty.
She's not a monster. Monster.
Okay.
It's a peculiar thing you're doing over there, Dan. It's rather peculiar.
Just calm. Scotty is Scottish. Perhaps. But like, so it's okay for the Scottish people to say
lieutenant.
They
but
are
wait,
also British.
But Patrick, you said she
They're in the
doesn't.
United
No,
Kingdom.
she doesn't say lieutenant. You said lieutenant is French. So that my question is why does she not say lieutenant? She doesn't say lieutenant. She says lieutenant.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. I noted it.
Well, because I think Starfleet generally uses the lieutenant, which is derived from the French, but it's American.
But Scotty
English.
says lieutenant.
Maybe generally,
Yes.
Scottish people are the Scottish dialect is usually seen as like some sort of archaic thing. So maybe they're using archaic terminology.
Scotty says all sorts of crazy stuff.
Yeah,
I'm just
Lots
saying.
of Scottish
in-
sayings
I'm
and
just
things.
saying in this episode.
A bit of flavor, a bit of color.
I'm just saying in this episode, Scotty
There's a lot
said.
of flavor.
In this episode, Scotty says lieutenant and La'an says lieutenant. And Patrick, I think you misheard me because you were like, "Oh, it's because lieutenant is the French way of pronouncing it,"
I
which
did.
is why I was confused by what you were saying.
I did mishear you.
Yeah, so-
should we start a new segment called Lieutenant or Lieutenant?
That'd be so tedious.
I mean,
I bet this was the only time it happened.
I would believe it. I didn't really catch that, and I just figured they both said lieutenant.
I caught it.
We've definitely heard references to Lieutenant on Star Trek before, but I think
Yeah.
usually in a period context or like when Q's fucking about.
I think I should expand the that's in order to include more things. Like in this episode, at one point, when Spock is like talking about like reverse causality or whatever that thing is. First of all, it seems like nobody takes time physics anymore because there's always some like advanced engineer that doesn't know about like inverse upside down causality, you know? And it's like, and
Well, it's not like the rest of us.
It's the people are getting dumbed down, man.
Yeah, and so
It's the dumbing down of Star Trek.
And then
they don't even know about inverse causality, inverse upside down causality.
But La'an, when he says that, La'an goes,
yeah, you're gonna have to walk me through that one.
and what I'm thankful for is she didn't say, in English, Spock. I'm glad that's why I should expand this game to just include general things that are
in Federation standards, Spock.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I would have accepted that because that's funny. But like in English,
I'm not a monster.
I'm not a monster.
How about this? Let's go ahead. Let's take our break.
Oh my God, are we already?
I know.
Are we already? We haven't even talked about.
You say that every time.
We're pieces of shit.
Monster. They're not hard to understand, Bob. They're monsters.
It is time for a break. Plus, I've got to go pee-pee. So
oh no, pee-pee time.
Let's do pee-pee time.
Yay, pee-pee.
And
Poo-poo,
I've been drinking water like I'm told I'm supposed to drink water, so I've been drinking lots of water.
He's a good guy.
Now I gotta go pee-pee.
I gotta go pee-pee.
Because I drink water, I go pee-pee.
So when we get
That's
back...
a side effect.
What happens,
Side effect of being healthy is you have to pee and poo a lot.
Yeah, farts come out.
All right. When we come back, we'll keep doing this. We'll be right back.
Whoa, hold on.
Okay, and we are back.
And now it's my time to shine.
I should have said, okay, let's do it.
I know, because then I could have played.
Okay, let's do it.
It's just a crazy idea.
Oh, yes.
So Gamble's eyes. Okay, like that was really gross. That whole concept of him losing his eyes.
A lot of body horror in this episode.
So this episode, it begins as a fun Gamble episode. Now I don't know if that was a joke they were playing on us when they were doing like the whole. Hey, Baba, I'm so fun.
I know.
It's a fun. I'm Gamble. I'm so plucky and excited to go. Oh, boy, oh, boy.
He was on the turbo lift with those other two, and he was like, I'm totally interrupting you guys.
Oh, yeah.
I interrupted something, didn't I?
Because he's an observant character. He's a nice guy.
So I couldn't tell, because there were a couple back. I'll go back to his eyes in a minute, but I want to observe. Speaking of
his
observing,
eyes. Something's happened to his eyes.
Speaking of observing,
he has his father's eyes.
I was just thinking about a few minutes ago about how like I said, the episode began with like, oh, Plucky Gamble gets his day in the sunshine, and like it's great, and it's gonna be fun, and then it turns like terrifying, and part of me feels that was a joke the writers played on us, because there were two other confusing lines delivered with a confusing tone that they did on purpose, and they were both done by Palia. Do you know which lines I'm talking about?
Because I know certainly the one at the end where Palia gives that long speech on evil, which, by the way, I'll talk about my opinions on.
So
evil later, but yes, it was clearly a joke.
So and then there was the one about when she goes,
it gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Because she was like talking about like, and that goes along the same line.
Can you tell me what is she saying there?
Wait, I'll play it again.
It gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Heebie-jeebies. You never heard?
Oh, yes. In context now I remember. Yes, that's the heebie-jeebies line.
Right. So actually the one at the end and this one are similar because it's both her talking about this evil, right? And that one begins with her saying like, oh, I can't explain it. I don't know a scientific term for it. And then you think it's like, oh no, she's going to talk about how terrifying it is. She's like, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. And it's like, what? It's like confusing, right? Because like she's talking about this serious shit and she talks about the heebie-jeebies. So it seems obvious. So to me, it seems apparent that the writers did that on purpose to make it like a joke, but at the same time, it's still not a joke because that shit is supposed to be terrifying. So, and the line at the end was confusing too, because she's talking about how evil everything was. And then she's all like, do you need another take? Implying that whole speech was a joke. But was it a joke?
Doesn't seem like it.
It doesn't see, neither of those lines seem like they were jokes at first, but they were made into jokes by how she ended it. And that's why it was confusing. And like I said, maybe they were doing that on purpose, but I couldn't figure out if I was supposed to like take that seriously or laugh at that, or if it was just a moment of levity to lighten the mood. I couldn't figure out like what they were going for with that, which is why, and that what made me think about the thing at the beginning with Gamble, because they had this sort of, it almost seemed like a meta joke that they, like I said, they began it as this fun Gamble episode, and like on a dime, it like turns into his fucking eyeballs. Gamble. All his eyes get fucking burned out. And he's like, oh my God! Oh my God!
I think there's a lot in this episode that is just a little bit confusing.
Right.
Yep.
Whether it's plot points or tonal decisions.
And
it's fairly consistent throughout the episode.
And those things, I feel like they have to have done it on purpose, but I still am having a hard time knowing how to interpret it.
It's also the juxtaposition, which I have no doubt agree with you that it was clearly on purpose to begin the episode with all this cheeriness. You want to do that because then the impact of Gamble, a character we've rapidly fallen in love with, most of us anyway.
He's all right.
When what happens to him happens, the impact is that much stronger.
But
because we've already had this wonderful beginning bit with him.
But the difference is so much that, like I said, it almost feels like a joke.
Well, I get what you're saying. I mean, I'm referring to sort of a literary device, and you're saying it's a joke or a troll.
No, I know you're saying it's a literary device, like that. It's like,
but it's such an extreme version.
That's what I'm saying. It's so extreme. It so clubs you over the head so hard with it that it almost feels like it's like a meta joke or something.
But then on the other hand, they make some very clever production choices where, and I'm curious if this was in the script or if it was indeed a choice made by the production team, because the way his eyes got burned out, it wasn't the traditional bloody or burny gross. It was that almost beautiful starry style. You know what I'm saying? Like it looked like his eye holes were filled with an infinity of stars. Right? There was a majesty to it. There was a beauty to it.
The majesty of it.
Which I thought was a very clever thing to do to make you intrigued. You almost want to look at it. Because normally you don't want to look at somebody who's just had their eyes horrifically, brutally burnt out.
You mean the freaky underground hellhole gets even freakier?
When I looked at his eyes, to me, and I guess this is kind of along similar lines, it's sort of, to me, it gave the imagery of the demons themselves, this sort of this concept of sort of this evil darkness.
The eyes are the window to the soul, not to be too on the nose, but the eyes are the window to the soul. So the evil spirit creatures jump in through the eyes. I get it.
Okay, real side quest. People have had to mention the whole regenerating the eyes thing, right? Because why couldn't they do that with Geordi?
Right.
I don't know. It just didn't work out.
Something else didn't work.
Yeah, something happened to him, man.
Why?
They had to use that visor.
Yeah, I know. And which is why.
But later on, he got better eyes.
Why? Yeah, but that was later on. But I'm saying
still digital.
TNG takes place after. Obviously, I don't have to remind anyone that it takes place way after this show, and you're able to regenerate eyeballs, but they don't. Why didn't it work for Geordi?
Maybe because
I think
if Geordi was born blind or born sightless, maybe then the parts of the brain didn't.
See,
work
I think you guys are
know.
headcanoning, and to me, it seems like a retcon.
Well, okay, you've used two
Maybe
terms.
so, maybe.
Two terms there.
Maybe so.
I mean, Jesse, I don't want to speak for you. I think Patrick, you're headcanoning, and and I think it's a retcon.
Well, the thing is, I don't get too hung up on that because I also understand that the purpose
but you have before in episodes talked about how you get annoyed. There's been, I can't name them, but I remember there have been times you've been annoyed that they've changed certain things about.
Look,
and sometimes I can't tell.
I'm a Star Trek fan, which means I'm going to be inconsistent in how I apply.
Exactly.
My rubric.
That's what I'm saying because I don't know
which is my right.
Yeah,
as a Star Trek fan.
That was actually the point I was going to make. Is sometimes I don't know what fits that criteria for being okay and not being okay at retcon.
Yeah.
For you.
Okay, that fool had
it's not a criticism. I'm not criticizing.
That fool had regular eyes. They just had to make new eyes for him.
Yeah.
Like Geordi's got some kind of eyes with a problem, so there's an issue.
Can't they just take his eyes out and rebuild them? Are you saying
they can't just
you think
do
there's
that.
a connection to the brain that's different with Geordi? The connection to the brain is
something more.
What I do hope is relatively consistent for me over time and on the podcast is that I am forgiving for because this is meant to be entertainment. These are meant to be stories that are fun, entertaining, and maybe teach us some lessons or make some social commentary. And so in that sense, I generally am forgiving about doing what's necessary for the plot. I do get aggravated, and this happens, for example, on Voyager sometimes, where it's okay, we'll just completely change characterizations for the plot. I don't like that. I still like the plot to emerge from what we know about the characters. But in this case, the plot was it should be easy to regrow eyes, but something's not working, so there's something wrong. Whereas with Geordi, the whole point was to demonstrate that in the future there are still people who are differently abled, and that's okay. So that was a different point to that character.
Literary. So for example, with Klingons, like I don't care that the Klingons have looked different throughout Star Trek. Like I think everyone's just most people have just accepted that it's almost like a joke. But like it's like who cares at this point? But like I feel like they could have easily picked another body part, but the reason they picked the eyes is because they were going for the coolness of how creepy it is that his eyes came out. Same reason why they had him saying like,
Do you think it was something wearing her skin?
Yeah.
Something that drank her tears.
It's like
fed off her scream.
They clearly did that just because it sounded cool.
Yes, plus, as I said, they are purposefully building on that old phrase, the eyes are the window to the soul. Like, that's the connection. It's like this guy's soul has been taken over by evil demon creature. Like actual demon, seemingly, because this, by the way, again, one of my things I'm a little uncomfortable with this episode is that it seems like they're going for like an Event Horizon thing where these people in looking for immortality accidentally entered hell. And like there's like hell demons, and like they're talking about evil being like a real thing. And I've talked about this before on the podcast that I'm uncomfortable with like evil as a shorthand for fucked up. I'm cool with evil as like, no, it's an actual thing. I don't like that because
evil is a problem anyways because it's othering things.
It is, yes. And it makes it so easy to be like, oh, something is evil. It's not.
It's like that means we don't have to think about what's wrong with it. We just know it's fucked up.
And it can not be blamed for things. You can not blame things because it's just evil, or you can say there's nothing I can do because it's just evil. What am I supposed to do?
You can kill it, and who cares?
Or the evil entered me, and I did some fucked up shit because it was evil. It's I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it.
The devil took me.
Yes, I don't believe in it, and I think it's a dangerous concept when people believe in evil as a thing as opposed to like in this material universe that we live in. Now,
drink her tears
for literary
and fed
purposes,
off her scream. Drink her tears
Jesus,
and fed off her scream.
That is evil.
Drink her tears and fed off her scream. Drink her tears and fed off her scream.
Like
it's not that evil.
That's like a lullaby. That's disturbing.
Drink her tears and fed off her scream. Drink her tears and fed off her scream.
You let me die alone.
I'm appreciating what they're doing from in an analogy sense. I do get a little nervous that they're opening up this. It seems like the potentially maybe a plot they plan to revisit, which is like we went to hell and actual demons came out and a demon went into this guy. And now there's a demon living in the computer and it's an actual demon.
So So here's the thing: is I'm mixed. I'm conflicted on this because on the one hand I want them to come back to this because if they don't, then there was really no point to this whole episode and like a lot of the shit they introduced. Because like I was thinking back to the Shuttle to Conforti actually, and that episode like it wasn't like the best episode in the world, but I did enjoy it. But like they should have maybe focused more on one thing, either the Klingon situation or the zombie situation. But by the
hat on a hat on a hat on a hat plot.
And the thing is that, and what kind of is one thing annoying by the hat on the hat is you don't get to get too deep into any one thing. Yeah. You know, it's just surface level, and it's like I want to drill more into some of these things. Now I like the idea of like combining different things to make a cool bigger story, but they didn't really combine. They just stuck them together. Yeah. And so this thing had like the time puzzle and these demons. And the thing is it's getting that feeling again where they're kind of piling too much stuff. So if they don't go back to this later, the demons will have felt pointless. But on the other hand, if they do go back to it, like you said, it's like, do we really want to like learn about some evil demons hanging out?
And some people have been like, these are like paw wraiths. Maybe they're like paw wraiths. Maybe they are paw wraiths. And Deep Space Nine delved a little bit into this too. It's my favorite series, but sometimes it came up against that border. But
could change the way we view mortality.
Again, fun, entertaining, visually, like using these analogies was great. I'm nervous that they're saying it's a real demon, but if that's not the case, okay, good. But you brought up something else that was confusing to me. This episode,
good and evil are relative terms, son.
Yeah, I agree with Pike there.
Except Pike is lecturing him about good and evil being relative terms. But wasn't it just a few episodes earlier where he was straight up like the Gorn are monsters?
Yeah.
So so now he's kind of going back on that. Like at first he's like has all this emotional hatred. The Gorn are monsters
aren't necessarily
and
evil.
And I think but it's just like it just seems it just seems like before he was like these guys are monsters, and now he's talking about how it's relative. It just seems a little inconsistent. Yeah.
Were they evil, Captain?
There is evil in this universe.
Yeah, that's
to Vesta.
Vesta means evil.
Yeah.
Now, okay, there's just oh my god, I have
of evil stuff.
I have another plot thing I want to go on, but let me say
a list thing.
Well, no, it's not a list, but it was like the whole the whole Vesta and the Gorn thing. Anyway,
all right, well, we'll get to that.
But you were going to say something.
There's that. That's look again. I really enjoyed watching this episode. I enjoyed it even more the second time through, which is a good test because one of the issues that some modern Trek has, as entertaining as it can be, when it's so serialized, you realize you're like, I can't just like hop into this episode. Right. I can only like watch this episode again in the future when I decide to do a whole season rewatch or even a whole series rewatch. What's so awesome about Strange New Worlds, similar to Lower Decks, is most of these episodes you can just pop right in, and this episode is one of them where you get to have this fun puzzle and all that other stuff. But one of the confusing things, it's called Through the Lens of Time. And Dan, you just referenced this whole time shenanigans.
Why was the writing in Chinese at that one part?
Okay, we'll get to that. That I was going to make that point too, but let's stick to it. Let's not get distracted.
Inconclusive.
What does this have anything to do with time? They're talking about different dimensions and planes of existence. It's not like a time room. I was like, I was watching it. I rewound. I was like, wait, is this room? Are they all at different times? Is that the gag that they're at different times? But it didn't seem to be the case.
There was only one time thing, and that had to do with that weirdness with the bridge, that whole invisible bridge thing. You remember? Okay, so
oh yes, the inverted causality, which again, another confusing thing. The Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
That's what I was going to say. That was the second one. They did Event Horizon. They did Indiana Jones and Last Crusade, and they fucking did Ghostbusters, and they straight up called it a containment unit.
Oh yeah,
with the ghost containment, the ghost trap. So it's Ghostbusters.
It is a ghost trap. It's a demon trap.
They're using all these horror movies. Well, Indiana Jones isn't horror, but Indiana Jones and Last Crusade deals with like demon, not demons, but like
hell,
religious scariness and like
religious scariness. Only the penitent man may pass.
And they used like the ship to like blast away like some part of like a mountain or something, and that's what that was like the dig. That was the archaeological.
Well, that's another thing that confused me because
it looked cool. I liked watching the beam come from the Enterprise way in the sky. That looked cool, but it was confusing.
Cool, but like,
what does it mean?
Right.
Like, what were they? Did they know that? Did they know that was going to happen?
Yeah, right.
I'm not like an expert on archaeology, but like archaeology is like you have like a little brush and you're going like dit for like a month and like you're not like blasting it with like a a laser from outer space.
They did really brute force that a little bit.
Well, the thing is, again, I don't know what was happening. Okay, let me make a quick point here because there has been a trend this season. It's become more apparent as we've watched all these episodes. This is episode 5, but there's a trend of weird, not very well explained solutions to previously intractable problems, right? So they have a big problem, and then all of a sudden, there's a solution. Like for example, in Hegemony Part 2, they have that whole like
Part 2,
the whole thing with the twin suns, and then they're like hiding behind the sun somehow, and there's something like it's sort of like okay,
it tickles.
And then you, Dan, you already mentioned that in Shuttle to Confori, they kept just sort of piling on these improbable plot points with like this and that and the Klingon
and it just never got to delve to. I mean, like I said, I did enjoy that episode, but thinking back, I was like they didn't have enough time to explore both those properly. They should have picked one.
Maybe. And then this episode at the beginning, or this sort of towards the beginning, they're there because there's this weird like little gravity anomaly, this wiggling, and they're like clearly they've already decided the whole plan is to like set up some shit and then shoot a laser at it. I don't think they knew it was going to like what. And by the way, Jesse referred to it blowing off part of the mountain. Although what it really looked like is that there was like a cloaking device or hologram or something, and this just like turned like was this a key? And they were operating a key. Did they break the device that was doing the hologram? Like none of that is explained, and I find that a little bit unsatisfactory. And then when it comes to the whole resolution to this story, I do always love a whole, we've got to team up in some like goofy way. We've got to like figure out a way to team up and work together across some challenge. Yeah, I like that idea in principle. But in this way, they were all like, "Oh, you just stick this here and that there."
Yeah, you put the pieces together
And
in your different dimensions,
and then it worked.
And then somehow the camera's able to detect. Somehow the camera was able to cross-dimensionally detect signals or something.
So again,
I don't know about this Dr. Corby guy.
Biosignature.
So watching all this stuff, it's like
he's an archaeologist. They don't give a shit about. They don't care about anything. No safety protocols. All they care about is their loot, and he didn't even get his loot.
Yeah, but the thing is that this resolution again to this story. I was thinking about it. The solving the puzzle is not the interesting part of this episode. The interesting part of this episode is the characters interacting with each other, the development, the body horror, the sci-fi ideas that are presented. But the actual solving of the puzzle wasn't that satisfying.
Well, they just put the thing on the thing.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about it. Like, think about when you rewatch Cause and Effect. Or In the Pale Moonlight. Yep. Or remember that episode of TNG Allegiance where Picard is like captured and he's like being experimented on with some other people. Yep. And they have to figure out how to deal with that. Even when you know the solution, you're excited for when it comes, right? When at the end you're looking forward to the end of Cause and Effect and how that story resolves itself.
Copy that.
When I watched this, I enjoyed rewatching it. I was not looking forward to the resolution. I couldn't care less about the resolution because the resolution is not that interesting.
Yeah.
Right. And I love next week's episode too, but I think it's got an acute example of a couple of resolutions where you're just like, okay, I guess that just happened.
Far from ideal.
But yeah,
it's fine. That's a style of storytelling. It's just when so much of the rest of it is so entertaining and so good, and the acting is so amazing, and the dialogue is so good. So you just get a little disappointed when you're like, "Oh, that's how they solved it." Couldn't they have to stand up and do weird cross-dimensional stuff, hold out something here and there, and make it all make more of a challenge than just "Oh yeah, just put this there and put that there."
Right.
And boom.
Yeah. Well, the whole
they still had comms the whole time.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, well, they didn't have the comms went down, didn't they?
Did they go down?
No, they could talk to each other.
They could inside.
It was like working.
They couldn't. I felt like they were talking about Spock was rightly so said we should leave and reassess, and then Corby, because he's an archaeologist who just cares about his loot, he was like, no, I want to do this now. Spock didn't say we'll quit the mission. He was just we need to reassess. But I guess Corby was scared that they'd call the mission off or something. I don't know.
Another confusing thing, which was peculiar given how high quality the production design is, the way it all played out, it looked like they were arguing over not walking 30 feet to step outside.
Yeah, right. I know.
What the fuck was that about?
Right.
Why was there this whole big argument about policy and the appropriate mission parameters and stuff when it was no, you can just you can just go right out there. The door is right there.
Right.
This wasn't in TNG, they would have walked miles into a cave system and then been like, oh shit, should we go all the way back? No, we got to forge ahead. No, there was no, it was Spock could have almost just stuck his arm out the door and been like, no, I'll just try to get a reception out here.
And then the Injal ran out and they'd use that same effect, the melty effect they used to do in Discovery where they turn into ashes. And also
that was cool.
And Injal...
On Macroon, our ancestors would sacrifice to stand before the deities of time.
I think you have that effect on your board, actually. I think
you think so?
You've done that to us.
Some double voice. No, that's the echo.
I need my coffee.
Oh my God.
I need my coffee.
Oh no, that's crazy. Oh God.
That's impossible to talk.
Yeah.
Impossible.
Oh, God.
I think that might be close.
How about, it's getting closer.
It's getting closer. It's getting closer. Closer to the voice of Ninjal. It's getting closer. It's getting closer. It's getting closer to the voice of that Macroon. Yeah. That's even better. That's even better. That's even better to be the Macroon. Macroon Ninjal. Ninjal Macroon. Macroon Ninjal. Hey, let's go. Yeah. Pick it up. Let's go. It's Ninjal. Yeah. Wait.
On Macroon, our ancestors would sacrifice
Not quite.
to stand before the deities of time.
To stand before the deities of time. Well, if you had a way to separate, well, anyway, I think if you messed around with enough, you'd probably. That's close. Hey, that's pretty good. That's getting there. 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 Patrick wasn't turning up a knob. I was just talking fast.
I forgot what I was going to say because like you just.
Sorry, I didn't mean.
Jesse.
Jesse,
do you think our listeners would be very upset if we just like
let's do the rest of the episode like this?
Left Dan like this.
I think I would be very upset.
Normally it's Dan.
On Macron, our ancestors would sacrifice.
On
To stand
Macron.
before the deities of time.
To stand before the deities of time. To stand before the deities of time.
Even though time has nothing to do with
Time.
it.
Time. Why is it that he only spoke English there? Like in the rest of it.
I guess he was freaked out. I think because he saw a
Dico
demon.
mac Giantario,
Because it was the whole.
He spoke English only that one time.
It's the Event Horizon thing, which, by the way, stars Jason Isaacs. Jason Isaacs is in Event Horizon, and it's got eyeball stuff. There's a lot of eyeball stuff in Event Horizon.
Yeah, there's the eyeball. Okay, can we stop this, please?
Do you see? Do you see?
Can we stop with the thing?
All
Thank
right.
you, I appreciate it.
All right.
I know I asked you to do it in the first. Well, now it's weird to talk like this.
Everyone appreciates it.
So the right. So the bridge thing. So I didn't understand why. Okay.
It didn't make sense.
It didn't make sense because
Spock just declared inverse causality. Indiana Jones Last Crusade bridge.
Yeah, normally what would happen is like something would happen, like some person, like a future Spock would like appear over there and press the button, and that's when the bridge would appear or something like that. But why would they be able to walk on it if it's not there? I get it, it's supposed to be inverse causality, but that doesn't mean you can walk on something that isn't there. Like
exactly.
And why does pressing the button? Like what? It didn't make any fucking sense. And why do when they do this stuff, why do they have to put all their weight on the first step? Couldn't they dip their toe in and test to see? Like the only way we can test if this bridge is here is by jumping up onto it, and if there's no bridge, we fall to it. It's like, no, put your hand down there and test for it.
Or throw a tricorder down there.
Throw a tricorder, anything. And why does it appear?
Take off your pants and just toss it down.
And why? And if it only appears when the button's pressed, why did it appear after they started walking on it? Like
they appear.
Like there was nothing that made. What'd you say?
He said you say appear funny.
Appear? Up here.
Up here.
Up here?
Up here.
I pee on a pier.
Up
I pee
here.
on a pier.
Up
Oh
here.
no, I've got Patrick.
It sounds
started.
like you're saying up here.
Up here. A pier on a pier.
All
but
the way up here.
it didn't make sense. Like something should have. The bridge still has to be there to walk on it.
Well, that's and that.
like it should have been like, so it's like Spock, like it's one of those things where Spock appears and he presses the button and makes the bridge appear, and then later Spock has to be like, oh, I got to remember to go press that button or else it won't have happened to me before. But like it just,
which they did it to very good effect in season 3 of Invincible. There's an episode
yes, there's
where,
a wonderful. There's a wonderful.
It's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
I agree, and that buttresses my point. That buttresses my point.
It buttresses my point.
About this resolution being unsatisfying because it's in part confusing and somewhat simplistic. And then I was thinking, we mentioned Cause and Effect, we mentioned In the Pale Moonlight, we mentioned Allegiance. Those are considered very good episodes with very cool, satisfying puzzle resolutions. But then I was thinking about it, I was like, you know what's even more interesting than this one? The Royale. Or Move Along Home.
Yeah.
Those are often lambasted episodes, but the puzzle is the resolution to the puzzle is still kind of more interesting than what we see here. So that's
great.
It's a disappointment. It's a fairly minor disappointment because again, there's
Curiouser and curiouser.
so much other stuff going for this episode, and I know it sounds like we're harping on these negatives. Of course, that's the fun stuff to talk about because the other stuff is pretty solid.
The Vesda thing. I was going to mention the Vesda. So Vesda apparently means evil, right? But if so there was the whole Batel Gamble fight, and Batel, her Gorn part says this. She says Vesda in there. One more time. So there's some history between the Gorn and the Vesda.
Yeah.
Now, I wasn't sure if... So the Vesda translates as evil, but these things are also called Vesda. So are they basically in their language, like the name for this creature is evil? Or is evil defined by the existence of these creatures?
The chicken or the egg?
Yeah,
Marty.
exactly,
the
right.
Chicken or the egg?
Are they called evil, or do they, or is the name of them just Vesda, and that became synonymous with evil? You see what I'm saying? Chicken
I
and
do.
the egg,
That is interesting.
Question: It's the question, Neo.
And you know, I will say that
this was. This was Temple of Doom. I didn't get the sound effect, but this was right before.
The thing,
the heart thing. I felt weird about getting that sound effect because
you mean the sound effect of the heart being pulled out,
like when he's chanting before.
Yeah.
I don't know why I felt weird about getting that sound.
I also don't know why you felt weird
just
about that.
Just because, I don't know, this is just kind of a weird scene. I don't know.
Yeah, but this is an episode where a very nice fella gets his eyes burnt out by stars.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, you know the part where the guy's like, Kalima, Kalima.
Do you think it's racist?
I don't know. Is it?
It might be. I hadn't considered
I guess
that.
if I have to ask, I don't know, but I don't know, It seems something maybe because it was made early 80s.
It's important that we interrogate the media
but I don't wanna,
of our youth.
Yeah, but I don't.
We might be clouded by nostalgia.
At the same time, I don't want to. I mean, I don't want to be tedious about it. But on the other hand, I'd rather err on the side of tedious than being an asshole. You know what I mean? So.
What do you think about like Spock and like Leon? Like that's probably some pretty intense shit when they're getting freaky.
All right, we got to take a break, and when we get back, we'll talk about. Well, Dan and I will respond to Jesse's question.
That's a teaser right there.
That is a teaser. All right, we will be right back.
We must exit, report this to the captain, and reassess.
And we've returned.
We will continue with the mission.
Hey, I came up with the new voice over the break.
Oh, you did?
This is Jesse's voice. This is how Jesse talks.
Hey, Dan, my name's Jesse. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Jesse, I'm Jesse. Hey, Dan, this is Jesse, and I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't do that.
It was funnier like before the break.
I know, it's not as funny now. Maybe I did it better before.
Something happened. I don't know what it was.
I was out of the room. What was Jesse advising you not to do?
I was telling.
He was just making some shit up.
Yeah, and Jesse was like,
I don't know, Dan. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. I don't know, Dan. I've thought about it. And I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Dan, my name's Jesse.
I don't think I've ever said that to you. Sir.
I don't think I would do something like that.
No, you can keep workshopping the I wouldn't do that voice.
I think.
Indeed.
Hey Jesse. Hey Jesse.
Hey Dan, what are you doing?
I don't know. My name's Jesse. I wouldn't do that.
Well, you record during the breaks, right? So maybe I can review. I can review what I did over the break and compare it to what I just did to see if they're the same.
All right. We'll take some extra time this week.
That's some fucked up shit.
To do that. All right.
Okay, speaking of what Jesse was saying,
talking about La'an and Spock and getting freaky.
And the La'an at one point, I think it was her that said it, not Spock. Was it her? She says to Spock, so they're talking about going deeper in, and she's like, so you lead and I'll follow. You lead, I'll follow.
Okay. Is there a point related to that?
That's the dancing thing. Like,
right.
I get you. All right.
Curiouser and curiouser.
I think that was La'an that said that, not Spock, but one of them said it.
Yeah. I like the Curiouser and Curiouser because that's a classic.
Alice in the Alice
Well, it's
Land.
Alice in Wonderland, but also Spock is.
Well, it's Alice in the Alice Adventures or something. I don't know if it's specifically
The Adventures of Alice in Wonderland.
I don't think it's specifically
the Looking
that.
Glass.
Through the Looking Glass.
Yeah, it's that.
Yes.
It's from Al. Yeah, it's not.
That's the other one.
It's the Alice's Adventures in Wonderland.
Yes.
So not Alice in Wonderland. Alice.
Yes, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland.
It was different than what you said.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's different.
But there's variations on the tale that have been made adjustments.
But this was the original.
Yeah.
I
I appreciate
fear it is not that simple.
I appreciate that. Okay, so
If you're into that sort of thing.
Yeah, if you're into that sort of thing.
talking about Spock and La'an, we touched base on this
And
last
the freaky underground hellhole gets even freakier.
You know, it gets freakier because Spock and La'an, they get.
I'm just saying. I bet it's really intense.
It's tricky. It's tricky because on the one hand, there is clear chemistry between these two characters. It's believable. All the dance stuff is believable. You can buy into the fact that they have some sort of shared personality traits, some shared experiences. There's reasons why you could buy them liking each other, forming a relationship, friends with
Please don't
benefits,
make it weird.
whatever it is, right? That's fine. I'm not that. I continue to not be that
Yeah.
excited about like, okay, Spock's just now Spock's dealing with more
Yeah,
like
I'm not-
potential heartbreak, and now it's causing trouble between Lon and Chapel, and it's that's like,
I mean,
very It's definitely failing the Bechdel test. Having these very capable and powerful, smart female characters who are now they're all wrapped up in Spock because Spock's so hot, and we all agree.
And I'm just, and in general, I'm just not super into the idea of spending too much time on this on the relationship stuff. Like TNG did it pretty well because every once in a while, like you knew there was something going on between Troy and Riker, but they didn't really talk about it that much.
Right.
Every once in a while, they do it.
Undercurrent.
Yeah, it was an undercurrent, and then the Worf thing happened.
That
and
was kind of silly.
But I mean, even that wasn't like so. I mean, it was a little bit. It was they did step it up a little bit with that, and then I guess DS9 stepped it up even more with Dax and Worf.
But again,
like
that
when
kind
they
of worked.
Like when they went to the beach, and
Oh,
Worf
yeah,
was
the
being
the riser.
he was being all grumpy.
That's a real. By the way, that episode. What is it? Paradise? I forget what it's called.
Did we do that one?
No, we haven't done that one yet.
Could it have been sentient?
Why am I forgetting what it's called? Anyway, the one where
What was that?
where Worf does some terrorist stuff and somehow does not go to jail. It's a peculiar episode of Deep Space Nine.
Blood magic.
Pervert.
But in this case, I was worried going into this episode when I saw the preview. The preview showed that these people get paired off in these. There's the one potential romantic connection between Beto and Uhura,
which is so far like flirtatious, but so far it seems like they're becoming good friends.
Yeah. And then you have these two potential romantic rivals in terms of Spock being paired up with Corby. And
I knew you'd have to come down and see this all for yourself.
And
Some of which are actually on the artifact you found among the dead.
And Chapel being paired up with Lon, and with this conversation they have at the beginning of the episode, you think they're going to set up a sitcom style. Oh, they're going to have trouble. They're going to have
Communication
to work.
misunderstanding.
Yeah, they're going to have to work. Well, not even that. They're just
like a Three's
gonna,
Company style.
They're going to have to. No, not like that. But like they're going to have to work through their bitterness with each other, their jealousy.
Oh, the one where
all that.
Where they're locked in, the one where they're locked in a room together and they have to work their shit out.
That kind of thing.
Those, yeah.
But they didn't do that. And on the one hand, I credit them with not doing that. On the other hand, it's almost like, well, then why'd you pair up these people this way? I mean, okay,
it's so
fine.
they could solve. So it's so they could have a puzzle to solve that wasn't really. It like felt a little forced, like the whole dimensional thing. I mean, they had the heaving backgrounds that made it look like an acid trip, but like. I mean,
it was very Cube. You remember that movie Cube?
Yeah, I actually kind of enjoyed that.
Yeah, Cube is great. 1997. Nicole DeBoer is in it. Esri Dax is in Cube.
Hell yeah.
This shared a lot with Cube. We talked about the Indiana Jones. We talked about Ghostbusters. We talked about, what was the other one we talked about? Oh, Event Horizon. Yeah. But very
so far
Cube.
we have those three. We have
and Cube.
We have Alien. Past episodes, Alien.
Gorn,
Pumpkinhead.
Pumpkinhead.
There was. I think there was might have been. I'm sorry.
A lot of media references,
Yeah.
which is
Horror
fine.
movies.
But this was very much like building on that Cube because for those who aren't familiar, Cube is a Canadian-produced thriller. In which some people get trapped in a bunch of, they have to sort of navigate through a series of similar-looking rooms.
I think
and solve puzzles along the way. And it's pretty fucked up.
There were several Cube movies, and like the first one,
I didn't watch any of the others.
I enjoyed all of them. Like the first one was the best, but like I found something to like about all of them. Even though they weren't as good, I was like, there was just
the
such
concept
a
is well suited to repetition, right?
Yeah, it's true. It is a good point.
Yeah,
good point.
Well, there you
That's
go.
a good point, Patrick.
I've done my work for the evening. Then.
Yes, quite.
Goodbye, everyone.
But yeah, it's just we don't need to spend so much time on Spock's love life, really. I mean, I guess they're making. They're
just
trying,
just a side note.
I mean, I guess it's fascinating to have like it's
fascinating. Yeah, click the button.
Fascinating. Fascinating.
Top-notch science.
I mean, I understand the draw of like, a Vulcan, a logical Vulcan, exploring what it's like for a Vulcan to have like love life,
Vulcans are intense,
and what that means for a Vulcan. But it's like we don't need to go that far into. We don't have to keep harping on it because then it just comes like the Spock's love life show, And so it's like it's just like they could have more stuff maybe. A little more rounded. A little more.
But Jesse earlier was talking about this Corby being a little bit shady, and Dan, of course, I agree with your point, Dan, about Corby's intensity is in relationship to his being passionate about being an archeologist. Very typical.
Well, that's always the case.
Just like Indiana Jones.
Yeah, it's like, who cares about the danger? I'll sacrifice everyone just so I can get my neat toy.
But
they didn't even get his toy.
But this all, of course, makes sense and is a very good building of this foundation because, I don't know, spoilers, but for those who know,
No spoilers.
if you've seen TOS, if you've seen What Are Little Girls Made Of,
What are they made of, Patrick?
we learn what happens to Dr. Corby down the line,
Yeah, baby.
and we're seeing hints now of connecting the character we're watching in Strange New Worlds, how we can imagine he becomes the character that we see in TOS. Because there is there's an evolution there that we need to follow, and so I am enjoying that, and I'm sure we're going to see more hints of the darker, more aggressive and single-minded side of Corby as the season goes on.
You know, when Gamble grabbed that containment unit and was like looking into it, you know, and then La'an was all like,
Careful.
you know, and then it exploded in his face anyway. Like, why did they even have her say careful? You know what I hate? You know what I don't like? You know what I dislike? You know what I'm not fond of? I'm trying not to hate. I'm trying not to hate things. I'm trying to be not hateful. I'm not a hateful person, I don't think. But I got to be careful about using the word hate. So you know what I would prefer? We're different.
Everybody around me should be just like me.
When you're moving some shit, right? Like you're moving
like
furniture, and like the person carrying it with you just keeps going, careful.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
What do you think I'm fucking doing?
It's like, you're right.
What do you think I'm fucking doing?
Watch out for the stove. It's like, yeah.
Well, like, I mean, even that's better than when they just say careful.
It's like, yes, I'm gonna be careful
because, like,
I'm gonna drop it right here.
Yeah, it's like
drop it on my fucking toe.
It's like, don't tell me what to do. If you have any ideas on how to go about doing it, I'm all ears. So don't say be careful, but maybe say something like, oh, there's this unexpected step right here. Be careful about that step that you may not have seen. I'm like, great, thank you. But just to be like, when you're putting something down and they just keep saying, careful. It's like, oh my God, dude. Like, that's not making me more careful. That's making me less careful because now all I can focus on is how annoying you are being to me.
It's making me hate you, dude.
Yeah, I know hate. There's that word. It's making me hate you. Why do you make me hate?
Hate you.
It's not my fault that I hate. It's your fault for being different. For being something other than me.
I think you might be hanging out with the wrong sort of people, Dan.
It's funny because it's...
I'm not sure.
Oh, Dan, you mentioned earlier.
But anyway, I'm sorry. The point was that Lon said careful. It blew up in his face anyway. She did, like, why did they even have her say careful? Like, just to warn us that something was it supposed to warn us that something was gonna happen? Like, why even bother her saying careful? I don't know. What? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Who cares?
But what does matter is earlier when you were trying to derail me, perhaps inadvertently.
Oh, where?
I was in the middle of a point and
I'm sorry.
And then you just blurted out, no, this is much earlier. Remember, I was talking about something and then it just randomly, you were just like, why was there Chinese on the artifact?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
But I'm bringing it back up because
I'm being a hypocrite. I'm a hypocrite.
It is because it is an important question because again, it's in a series of things.
After we said to pull out.
In a series of underexplained things in this episode, they're like, okay, there's Chinese written. It says some shit. We're not going to examine that at all. We're not going to make any other reference to it unless we're meant to understand that in seeking immortality, this alien race opened the portal to hell. And by the way, the other evidence there is, remember when the Gamble, the infected, inhabited, possessed Gamble kills the guard.
Evidence!
He first grabs the guard and is like, well, he tricks the guard by saying, like, telling the guard something about your mom.
I'm your mommy.
No. What, again, underexplained. Is that saying that the demon has access to the world of the dead and that guy's mom is there and he talks to the world's mom? Or is he saying that he's psychic and can read the mind of the guard? I don't know. It would be helpful to know which power this spirit inhabiting Gamble has. We don't know.
No.
Relax.
Okay, I will.
Take a breath.
You're right.
Stay calm.
I should.
Easy.
I'm a little worked up by that because again,
you're absolutely right.
I know I keep harping on this thing like I did enjoy the episode, but now as I'm discussing, I'm like, man, there's a lot of like confusing shit that just sort of doesn't hold together.
Pretty much, dude.
It just goes to show how engaging these actors are to really make me continue to have a good time watching this story when there's a lot of stuff in there that's a little goofy.
After that orb blew up in Gamble's face, later on Spock picks up those like X-ray specs or those space specs those glasses that lets him.
The big wide. I like that it was clearly for a much larger type of different type of head.
Yeah, it looked funny. He looked like he was at like the masquerade ball or whatever.
Yeah.
But I guess it was they were like universe demon specs or something like that. I don't know. But like he kind of put that orb up to his face as well. Yeah. And like didn't they just learn from what happened to Gamble that you don't put that orb up to your face? Because it didn't blow up in his face, but it could have. But he did have those glasses on.
I think he's a risk taker, baby.
But it still like created that fucking creature.
I know, right? Which again, I wasn't clear. Look, that creature even looked a little Gornish. I'm sure it wasn't meant to be, but there were some similarities to it. Is it related to the Gorn? I don't know.
Yeah, so I hope they follow up on like why the Gorn have this relationship with the Vesda. I hope that pans out, because if they don't pan that out, I'll be frustrated. Because
I hope it pans out in an interesting way.
Because when
you're gonna have to write an angry letter.
When it happened, I will. I'll write a super angry letter. I'll be so mad. I'll use the word
angry email.
I'll use the word hate. No, I won't. I wouldn't do that.
I hate you, Paramount.
I hate you guys. You're stupid. And sometimes you capitalize "of" in the title. I
don't. I would never do that.
Sucks, dude.
No, you wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do that either.
None of you guys would do that.
Goodness.
But when the fight was happening between Battelle and Gamble, I wasn't sure what was going on. In that, I was like, "Oh, is she possessed somehow by this demon now too? Is that what's going on?"
Right,
I didn't even put it together that there was some kind of Gorn connection until Pike mentioned it later. I was like, "Oh, okay." Maybe I'm just dumb, but that didn't even occur to me at the time. I was confused.
I did get that it was her Gorn genes doing something, but I found that whole aspect really confusing. I'm assuming, I'm positive,
because she has some kind of genes in her. Now it means she has all these memories of Gorn instincts.
They put this in for a reason. Presumably, it's relevant to her season-long arc. But I did not like this part. It took me out of the story. It's like, okay, now they're just having this weird flying around battle.
Yeah, right. Why? Yeah, why are they fighting?
What's the point? Why can't he just continue to kill guards and doctors?
And isn't this Gorn? If the Gorn has a hatred with the Vesda, wouldn't this be like memory experience based? Why would that transfer through genes? The genes or whatever. Is that what they did? They gave her the genes of a Gorn? Is that specifically
the genes of the Gorn were already incorporated into her as part of the Gorn?
Yeah,
they just made them coexist.
Yeah. So. Well, no, because like the whole thing is Pike was like, "No, don't do this because it'll make her Gorny."
But it'll also make her dead to not do it. That's the point is you can't not do it. But the genes are already in there.
But Jesse, you were just saying that she was already Gorny. They just like made the Gorn coexist. So I'm confused. Like she already had the Gorn genes in it, so it's not like
they killed the eggs. Normally, what happens is the process happens, the eggs burst, and you die.
But they melted them,
But they melted the eggs, but they weren't able to get rid of what was already done.
So she already had Gorny genes in her.
Exactly.
So what did they add to her? Why was Pike so against them adding shit to her if she already had the genes?
No, that's not the issue. The issue is that normally she would have been killed, but by giving Una's genetically super blood, which prevents infections and stuff, all the stuff that normally would kill somebody for having that, it tamped it down.
Yeah, I know, I get.
But it didn't get rid of the genes.
Okay, I get.
It wasn't a
So,
cure.
but like I'm saying, like Pike was against the process. Why would he be against that process?
Because it's illegal.
If like
he was just being stupid because everyone was explaining to him that there was no choice. Either she dies or she doesn't.
But I mean, what the Pike seemed like he was angry because it made it seem like he was saying like, oh, you're
because they had to get that special flower.
No, because he was saying like, oh, you're making her more Gorny is what he was expressing it, but they weren't making her more Gorny.
No, but that's wrong.
But that's what Pike seemed to think.
Yeah, but the Pike is not the cleverest guy when it
I'm
comes
just saying that's kind of what the impression that Pike put across. I know,
but we talked about it in the shuttle to conform.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, okay. But point is like she had Gorn genes. That's not going to give you memories of Gorn hatred for Vesda unless there's some kind of a priori understanding between the Vesda and Gorn.
Like 100%. This was like another confusing part of the episode. But this is the one that at the beginning, like from the beginning, I did not enjoy this bit.
For real, dude.
I don't know. I thought it was a little ridiculous. Again,
redonkulous.
Always allowing for the possibility that retroactively it makes more sense or it becomes more acceptable. That does happen, not infrequently in Star Trek. But yeah, that put me off just like a little bit.
I know I said this already, but I did like when those deflector beams came down from the, even though it was a confusing scene.
That was cool.
Watching,
cool.
Yeah, because it's so high up in the sky and those beams just came down immediately. Like,
right, yeah, because you weren't sure
cool.
exactly what was happening at first, and you're like, oh, okay, what the fuck?
Now, Dan, question for you.
Why was Corby going to cut himself on the palm when he could have cut himself on the arm instead? Remember when they were trying to enter the thing and you needed, and it had
blood magic.
Remember? And he was going to give him blood by cutting the palm of his hand. Why do they always...
They should have just stabbed him in the heart.
Why in movies and shows, when they have to cut themselves to give blood, why do they always cut the palm of your hand? You do shit with the palm of your head. You're going to get an infection by that because you're always touching things with the palm of your hand.
Where should you cut?
Have you...
Your fingers?
Have you just...
They got a hypo spray. You could just pull some blood out with a hypo spray.
Or even just cut your forearm if that's not possible for some reason. But point is,
or rip a tooth out with pliers.
Rip a tooth out.
Have you ever?
How about some nose action?
Have you ever gotten a cut on your hand? It makes doing shit difficult, and it sucks. So why do in movies are they always like, we're gonna make a blood thing, and it's like, okay, let's cut the palm of our hands, like
how about
cut
your
your
butt?
arm.
Cut your butt.
No, don't you? Do you not? Are you not? Do you see me, Jesse? Do you see me?
Do you see?
Do you see me right now, Jesse?
Do you see?
Do you see me?
I think so.
He sees you. Dan, question.
Blood magic.
Pervert.
Did you happen?
Enterprise.
Did you happen to get the clip of La'an saying?
Probably not.
The door.
No. Why? What? Did she say the door funny?
At one point, I thought you were going to do the door.
Oh shit!
A duck.
Oh no, that was clever.
Because there's like a very isolated. She's like the door.
The Borg.
Or the Borg. The door.
The Borg.
Something that gets it for next week.
A duck.
Yeah.
That's
the door. A duck.
That's clever, Patrick. I can't believe I missed out. Yeah, I wish I had done that now. I wish. See, if we could like go into inverse upside down causality, like we could like go do that. Like I could have the sound effect now by walking across an invisible bridge.
Indeed. All right, so we're running out of time, and
we're not.
Yeah, we definitely want to have time to be able to get all our little odds and ends and bits and bobs.
Oh yeah. When they cut the hand, the blood magic part, and then like Chapel berated him. He's like, "Don't be so silly." And jumping do we need to like take it up to the thing and do the
Take a moment before we choose the dramatic option.
That was me vamping until I found the sound.
Oh, okay. I was confused. I just thought something had gone terribly wrong. I thought it was going to be one of those. Oh man,
your brain is dead.
It's like, do we call the ambulance now, or do we wait until we're done recording?
Yeah, so she, but then she proceeded to put her hand in this thing. Yeah. She had no idea what it was going to do.
Yeah, maybe it would chop off her hand.
And it came down, and it came down and hit her with some nasty old needle. Now, granted, they did check her for tetanus or whatever.
Where's that needle been?
Yeah, exactly. They did check her afterwards to make sure, like, there was a line that said, like,
hope so.
There was a line afterwards where I think it was, someone said, I can't remember who, was like, it looks like you're okay. But like, yeah, like, you don't just go
Gamble, he was like, there's no foreign stuff in you.
Yeah, so maybe in the future they don't worry about like dirty needles or something, but like, you're going to berate this guy for cutting his hand and then you're shoving, at least Corby knew where that knife's been. That's all I'm saying.
Precisely.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
That is
Waited my whole life for a find like this.
Are you sure that's all you're saying?
Some odds and ends.
No,
please.
No,
please.
No.
Heck no.
Some bits and bobs.
There was a lot of no's in this episode. I'm sorry.
I wish they didn't speed up the transport so much. Like, I get why they're not doing transports that are as slow as TOS. TOS does have pretty slow transports, but their transporters, they're like almost as fast as like the 25th century ones on Picard. You know, it's just like, I know you want to get to the story, and as I said earlier, I'm cool with them making adjustments, but that, Dan, if you're wondering, like the kind of thing that aggravates me, that's not a plot thing. That's more of like a style. Yeah. It's like you're saving a second to like not have it be like a little bit of a longer
So you're saying like
transporter.
you would be okay with that if the payoff was greater?
Because I like that through the course of Star Trek, they've made the transport shorter and shorter as time has gone on. But this is a prequel, so It's annoying.
No, I know, I get that, but like also it's a prequel, so why can they regenerate eyes in the prequel but not in the future? And you're saying that it's okay in this episode because it's got a better payoff, meaning like the eyes played more into the plot.
It had a plot purpose.
So
short transporter has no plot purpose.
So if the short transporter in some universe had more of a plot payoff, you'd be okay with it.
No, that's purely an aesthetic. They're like, now.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but if it had more payoff, you might be more accepting.
Yeah,
of it.
it's just what's the pay? Like what they had. Had a.
I don't know what
they used to have good transporters, and then they slowed down.
I don't know.
And then they got good again.
But that isn't a good. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up because that is an example of when I don't know why you're okay with something and why you're not okay with something. Corby's trying all the tricks when they're trying to like when Spock's like, we should leave this place first.
Fun times with Spock.
First he goes to Spock. Corby goes, this is Chapel's mission, so she decides whether or not we go, right? And then Lon's like, and that's his excuse. And then Lon's like, well, actually, Spock is the one who decides that. And he's like, oh yeah, well, I don't answer Starfleet anyway. It's like you don't use different excuses. Pick one excuse, go with it, and if it doesn't work, tough shit. You don't then go back on it and say like, you have to listen because she's in charge. It's like, well, no, she's not. Well, it's like, well, I don't listen to that anyway, you know.
But that's evidence of. Oh no, I forgot. Yes, no, evidence.
Evidence.
There we go. That's evidence of of the foundation of his personality that we're gonna see. We're gonna see where that type of philosophy, where that type of personality takes him in the future.
Zombies.
Because he isn't all hearts and butterflies or whatever.
Zombies?
Whatever.
Zombie movie.
Other stuff, cool. Blood on the white uniforms is good. Like everything, everything with Gamble was really upsetting.
Yeah, it was.
Chris Myers, who plays Gamble, he's so good at this. He's so good at being simultaneously competent but naive and exciting and nice and kind, but then he gets to play this evil monster character. I'm very impressed. And then I did like seeing.
Do you think it was something wearing her skin?
All the blood on him was creepy. When Dr. Mbenga's like, your brain is
sorry,
your brain is dead. That was creepy.
Brain is dead.
That was super creepy. So that was excellent.
Yeah, I mean, like I said though, like these like
something that drank her tears and fed off her scream.
Yeah.
Drank her tears and fed off her scream.
So like, I don't.
It was a little much.
They did, like I said before, it seemed like they leaned into it because it sounded really creepy. Yeah. It's just I don't know.
We don't know enough about the background.
We don't know enough about like what these things are. That's why I wish they focused. It would mean more if they focused more on these demon creatures, you know. But they split it between the time the interdimensional puzzle with a little bit of time at the end with the bridge, and then this. So I kind of wanted them to spend more time on one or the other. But if they come back to this later and they explain it more later, then I can be happier with it, I guess. Yeah. But I don't know. It's not, but I don't know.
I did, so the second watch through, I really paid attention to that line where Pike says to Mbenga, if anyone's going to help him, it's going to be you.
Yes.
It's like, well, no, it didn't work out. I guess nobody was able to help him.
Right.
And that guy was fucked.
I made that point too, because he's like, Mbenga's like, he wasn't ready for away missions, and then Pike's like, you know more than most. We can't protect everyone. Like, that's a really nice thing to say.
Yes.
And then Pike goes, if anyone's going to help him, it's going to be you. And it's like, is that really helpful? Because Mbenga's already doubting his ability because he was like, I shouldn't have let him do it. He's already doubting his ability. Now he's being told that he's their best bet. Like in that, it's just, I understand what he's saying. He's giving him confidence. He's like, you can do it, Mbenga. But at the same time saying like, you're the only one that can help him is like not exactly what you want to hear after you just made what you consider to be a big mistake.
Agreed.
I don't know. That's just me. Yeah. Did you hear the funny? That apparently in the future, the flashlights sound like beep boops.
Yeah.
Whoops. Nope. That was not.
That's not a flashlight.
That was not a flashlight.
That's a terrible demon monster.
No, this is a future flashlight sound. That's how flashlights sound in the future.
That's kind of cute. Yeah, I did. I love the sound design on this show, especially with like the communicators, like real TOS-y.
I wish our flashlights now sounded like.
I mean, it's probably something we could figure out with like an Arduino or something.
Yeah. You know what that was?
Arduino parties.
You know what this is?
Is that fella trying to run out the door and getting laser zapped.
Did you say fella?
Yeah, whatever.
Fella.
I can't remember the fella's
That's funny.
name.
I just think it was
My
funny.
balls all over your face.
Yeah, that. It was that. Yeah, that was in Jaw getting Discovery melted.
I do like the character design for those aliens. That
Yeah, he was pretty cool looking.
Really,
I thought
really
it was
neat.
cool.
You let me die alone.
right.
You let me die alone.
Any last
You
points?
let me die alone. You let me die alone.
Any last points before we just talk about emails and websites? And all that other stuff?
Lanthanite child. What was that? Was that Pelea's Lanthanite child or something?
Well, she's a Lanthanite.
A Lanthanite. He was like
lives a long time.
Lanthanite child.
Oh yes, because she's so young. Because the gag with
Yeah.
Lanthanites is they're super old. She's like 5,000 years old, and he's saying you're a child, so that's implying that these guys are even older. So okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. That's cool.
The sublethal Terrazine is sublethal. I'm curious.
No, she's asking for what's the sublethal dose of Terrazine because she was joking about drugging her boss.
Is that really what the line? The exact line was.
Yeah, that was the line. He was saying.
She goes, "How many?"
Pike is going to be in trouble. She was like, "I'll drug him."
She goes, "Hyper." Yeah. She's like, "How much Terrazine is sublethal?" Right. Yeah. Sublethal meaning like so she can knock him out without killing him. Yeah. That was the joke.
Yeah, knock him out super hardcore.
It's sublethal. You don't want to go super lethal. You want to go sublethal.
Ideally.
Yeah. Ideally. Need to know more about the demons. Yeah. I guess. Spock sure took a gamble by putting that containment unit up to his face, like Gamble did earlier.
Oh no!
Good. This line would have worked better when you actually referenced that action earlier. Okay, well, we gotta close things down.
Store it in the transport buffer.
Okay, so that's been It's Got Star
Guys,
Trek.
this is great. There's so much to learn here, but it's time to go.
Probably sounds like we were a little down on that episode. I really did enjoy it. Like both times I watched it, and I do look forward to seeing it again in the future. Just some confusing bits and bobs there. It's like you know what it is?
No.
It's a classic example of like it's almost amazing. It's just good. It's almost amazing. It's just if they could have like shaved off a few of these rough edges, it could really be a true classic episode.
Yeah. Did you notice how Corby was worried that Starfleet was going to embarrass him in front of his friends?
Yeah.
And then like M'Benga was afraid that Gamble, quote unquote, he was afraid that Gamble was going to embarrass him in front of the crew.
Was he afraid of that?
He was just like he was joking around. He wasn't actually. He was just like just don't embarrass me.
I got you. Yeah, that was just playful.
That was just playful. But it was too. Yeah, he goes like, just don't embarrass me with Dr. Corby. But then Dr. Corby was afraid that Starfleet was going to embarrass him too. So yeah, Corby didn't want to be embarrassed in front of the planet people,
yes,
and M'Benga didn't want to be embarrassed in front of Corby. See, it all comes together.
Not really.
It does.
So
it does.
Next week we'll
it's
be
all
talking
like a big
about,
loop.
Next week we'll be talking about the Sehlat that ate its tail. Everyone's going to be excited to talk about this episode.
What was that?
Kirk comes back. So there's more Kirk stuff.
It was all a big circle. Was what I said earlier.
In the meantime,
the bulbous oculi were ejected from their orbital sockets.
If you'd like to interact with us, you can email us at feedback@itsgotstartrek.com. You can send us a voicemail at itsgotstartrek.com/record.
Pervert.
Review.
Find us all over social media at It's Got Star Trek. And
Captain, we're going to need a bigger landing party.
just like Elena did, if you...
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. If you would like to get your own custom haiku, write a review. Apple Podcast is probably ideal, but honestly, anywhere you write a review,
you get an FU.
write the review. Then let us know. Let us know that you wrote the review, and then we'll write you a haiku.
What?
So you can also check us out on YouTube, Facebook, all that jazz.
Careful.
All right, we will talk to you again next week. Goodbye.
They're gone.
Ah, great. Crewmates. I don't have to go into the briefing alone. I interrupted something, didn't I?
Star Trek 57, M23, take 2.
It's the It's Got Star Trek podcast.